Am I the a-hole for not canceling my vacation and reporting a coworker for harassment? At my job, you can only roll over 250 vacation hours. So come December 31st, if you have over 250 hours, you lose them. They don't pay it out. Every year, my husband and I take several longish, 10 to 11 days, scheduled vacations, visiting a relative in Florida, a family reunion wherever it's being hosted, an anniversary trip each fall, etc. I always end up having over 250 hours even though we take those trips. I usually take between the 15th and 18th of December through the 5th or 6th of January off. I have been doing this for 9 years, and it's approved. The company hired Haley in October. She has made it clear that her son is her life. That's well and fine. I don't care one way or another. Haley came to my desk on Monday and asked me if I would reconsider my time off in December. When I asked why, she said that she had requested some time off to travel with her son for the holidays to see her family, but it was denied because I'm off. I just said, "No, sorry," and turned back around. That afternoon, Haley sent me an email with an itemized timeline of all the time off I had taken this year. Our team has a shared calendar so we can know when the others are out of office, and asked me to please reconsider, and she CC'd our boss. I will be honest, this severely pissed me off. I don't butt into anyone else's business ever. I don't care if I see you parked on the 50-yard line at the Eagles game the same day you call in sick. As long as I'm not having to do your work, I do not care. I emailed back immediately, saying that I don't appreciate her combing through my vacation time, and that my answer was still no, and I did not want to discuss the matter further. Yesterday morning, I was called into a meeting with my boss Lisa and Haley. Lisa jumped right in, saying that she saw Haley's email and my response, and that Haley wanted to meet. I told Haley and Lisa both that I will not be canceling my vacation. Haley started raising her voice about how my child-free traveling should take a backseat to working-class mothers and their kids. She claimed that I hate kids from my remarks in the workplace, and that she felt I was retaliating for the cause. Both Lisa and I were shocked at the accusation. I am child-free by choice. My husband and I have lots of nieces and nephews, as well as godchildren, and we are happy. We do not hate kids. Lisa knows this as well. We have worked together for about 15 years. I told Haley that she was making a false accusation and that this was now an HR matter. I got up and left the meeting even though Lisa asked me to stay. About a half hour later, I got another email from Haley informing me she was asking Lisa to make the call to revoke my PTO and be fair to others on our team. Then I overheard her telling a team member that I'm not letting her take time off because I hate kids and I'm part of the hateful child-free community. That was the last straw for me. I attached both of her emails and wrote an email to HR about her harassing and slandering me. I gave the name of the coworker she was talking to and the conversation context as well. I had sent and forwarded it to my boss afterward, so she knew what was going on. About an hour ago, I found out that Haley has a meeting with HR on Friday, and she will more than likely be fired. The coworker she complained to told me that he felt I overreacted and that she was just venting about finding childcare for the holidays because of work, and that I should have sat down to talk about it more. A friend who is also a colleague, who told me about the meeting, said she thought I let my anger get the best of me, and now Haley may lose her job when she's just a stressed out and overly tired mother having a bad day. I will admit, I used the buzzwords of harassment and slander to get my point across, but it had been 2 days of an asked and answered conversation, and I was done with it. So, am I the a-hole for reporting her over this incident? P.S. I am not the only one off. We are a team of 5 people, and 2 other co-workers are off during the time she wants, but they have children. And the remarks about kids? She asked me when she started why I don't want kids, and I said I like coming home to a clean and quiet house. That's the extent of the remarks. Edit. I am in the U.S. Midwest, and my company is huge on work-life balance due to burnout in our field. You're eligible to use your PTO after 30 days, and it accrues fast. After looking, Haley is eligible for 52 hours of PTO to date. Edit 2. A lot of questions about my vacation time, LOL. During COVID, my company allowed us all to roll over all PTO from 2020 to 2022 because of the no travel stuff happening. In 2023, they moved the bar from 150 hours, 4-ish weeks, up to 250, 6-ish weeks rollover because a lot of people complained about losing a lot of time when they didn't travel. You were not required to bank your time. Some people took theirs and traveled. We took the pandemic seriously and did not travel at all in 2020 to mid-2021. And then we stayed home most of the first half of 2022 as well and started traveling again in October 2022. So I banked my 250, and because I'm still accruing, I have a lot of hours built up. We do snow activities that are free in the winter, so we barely travel, and we don't start traveling until May of each year. And by that time, I've accrued more time. Hope this helps. Now for the top comments. Not the a-hole. That is not venting. That is creating a hostile work environment. Tell the coworker they could have volunteered to cover for the new person. And having only started in October, perhaps she should have been working as opposed to playing private investigator with OP's calendar and emailing and chatting about her own woe is me circumstances on December 1st. Haley probably thought her motherhood status was sacred and would take priority over everyone else. Sounds like she was in her probationary period, so kicking her to the curb won't be too hard. Not the a-hole. She started it and escalated it. You just matched her energy. Just because you are child-free doesn't mean people with children are more entitled to your vacation days. You did not overreact. Not that she even asked, but we have plans as well. My mother-in-law passed away earlier this year, and I am surprising my husband with a 5-day tropical getaway for New Year's Eve, so he isn't so down. She doesn't need to know that. She should have been an adult and accepted your no. All of your co-workers who think you overreacted are lying. They know full well they would not allow someone to harass and slander them. I don't think you used buzzwords. I think you used the correct words, and words matter. You did the right thing. If she is fired, it will be because of her own behavior, not because of you. I'm sorry about your mother-in-law. I hope the family is able to celebrate this year and remember her fondly. Unless she wasn't a nice person, but I don't get that vibe. Thank you for the well wishes. No one else on my team has ever had an issue. I'm not the kind of a-hole who throws around the fact that I've been there 15 years. I don't care. But I also do things like work holidays I don't care about, or travel for like July 4th, Valentine's Day. It's big in my office for some reason, LOL, Labor Day. I'm not even an overly huge Christmas person. I just like to recharge and start the new year fresh after a long year of working. And the other 3 people on our team have never had an issue with it. Next story. Am I the a-hole for insisting it shouldn't be my job to take care of my mom? My parents broke up when I, 17 male, was 4. My dad stuck around for a couple of years inconsistently before he met someone else and moved away so he could marry her and start a family. After that, it was me and my mom and whatever guy she was seeing at the time, and my mom dated a lot. None of them were good guys. Some used to beat her. Most beat me. Some stole from us. Or they did drugs and got arrested at our house in the middle of the night. Every time another relationship broke down, she fell apart a little more, and she relied on me more to be the man of the house and the adult. My mom's parents and siblings always expected me to be there for her and to appreciate her staying, even if she was a mess who didn't take care of me. It was expected I'd take care of her for being my mom and staying. Anytime I went to them for help or for a supportive adult, I was turned away or told I shouldn't complain when my mom actually stuck around. There were times my mom was so bad after a breakup, she wouldn't leave her bed or room for weeks, and I had to spoon-feed her several times. There were times I had a crap beaten out of me by one of her boyfriends, and I still had to make sure she was cared for. My mom always expected me to be happy with all the random guys going around our house. A few times some complained about me ignoring them, and she'd start to cry into my face. Then she'd cry and tell me to say I forgave her when they physically attacked me. She even took a couple of guys back who abused me. She did the same when they abused her. More than she cared about anything or anyone, she wanted to be with someone and would let them do whatever if it meant being in a relationship. About a year ago, I started getting serious about my plans to move the heck away from all of this. I knew she wouldn't be in any condition to help me, and I knew her parents and siblings would turn me away. So I started working, I started saving, I started researching plans, and I've been working on that while she's lost herself to 3 very close together relationships this past year. My being at work and school so much meant I wasn't here to take care of her, and her family got involved. They gave me so much grief for not taking care of my mom. I insisted it shouldn't be my job, and I reminded them she's a full adult and I'm the kid, and she should be taking care of me. They accused me of being harsher on her than my dad, who abandoned me. I told them I hope he's freaking miserable and I want nothing to do with him. But it doesn't mean I'm going to thank her for giving me a crappy childhood either. I told them the parent who stays isn't always better. Sometimes they both suck equally in different ways. They called me selfish, said I'm one of those Gen Zs who doesn't give a damn about their parents or family and lacks all empathy for others. My grandparents told me I should have been made homeless and left to rot, since I found helping my mom such a burden. Am I the a-hole? Get as far away and as fast as you can. You are absolutely right. You are the child. Also take your birth certificate and social security card with you and make sure your credit report is locked. My heart goes out to you. No child should have this as their childhood. Not the a-hole, but your mom and her family certainly are. Let them take care of her. Those documents aren't in our house. I checked several times. Either my mom lost them or one of the guys she dated stole them. Hard to say either way, but there's no way I missed them. As soon as you turn 18, you can apply for new ones. Your birth certificate you can order online with vital statistics. Mine cost $30. Your social security card is also an online application, but then you have to go to a social security office to show your proof of who you are, birth certificate or driver's license, and pay. You will need both of these to get through life. Not the a-hole. Your mother has parentified you, which is a form of abuse. You are right in that it is her job to take care of you as the child, not the reverse. Stay strong and stay your course. It sounds like the healthiest way forward for you is to go no contact with all of them as soon as you can. They can take care of her. They're the adults here. That's what I'm working toward. No contact and a fresh start somewhere on my own, where I don't have to take care of someone who makes bad decision after bad decision and lets me get beat up while trying to be there for her. At this point, they can do what they want, but they won't be dumping all of this on me forever. No wonder she turned out the way she did. The whole family are insane, enabling and plain heartless if they thought any of this was ever okay. With a family like this, who needs enemies? Doesn't care about family. They didn't give a damn about you even though you were being beaten or needed help. Last story. Am I the a-hole for embarrassing my wife in front of our 12-year-old? My wife, 42 female, is generally great. One of her positive traits is that she is extremely well organized. She has all sorts of to-do lists, a meticulously managed calendar, etc. This is usually a good thing, as she rarely forgets anything. However, sometimes this leads to somewhat absurd results, as in this example. The other day, my wife and I, 41 male, were sitting on the couch watching TV. Our 12-year-old daughter came in and said she needed a permission slip signed for a school trip the next week, which she had right in her hand, and I saw she was holding a pen as well. My wife paused the show we were watching, got up off the couch, and without her even saying anything, I knew exactly what she was doing. She was heading to the kitchen to add permission slip for Katie to one of her lists of tasks. I found this ridiculous because these permission forms take 30 seconds. You fill out your kid's name in the I give permission for blank to go to the museum, you sign it, and you're done. Sometimes there is an extra question, such as a checkbox for do you want to pay $5 for your kid to have a school-provided lunch? Or you can decline if you are packing a lunch for your kid. So since Katie was sitting right there with a pen, I filled out the form, handed it back to her. She put it in her backpack and my wife got back and plopped on the couch and said to Katie, "Did you need anything else?" Katie said no and started to walk away. I said to my wife, "Where did you go just now?" And my wife said, to add Katie's permission form to my to-do list. I said, "Well, you can cross it off because I did it while you were gone." And she looked at me dumbfounded, and Katie started laughing hysterically. I told my wife that I appreciated her organizational skills, but sometimes it's just easier to take care of things in the moment, and this was one of those times. Katie had the form ready. She had a pen. In the time it took my wife to add this task to her list, it was already done. I said that the alternative was, at some point in the future, my wife was going to see this task on her list, yell for Katie. Katie would come running. My wife would tell her to go get the form. Katie would run back to her room to get the form out of her backpack, etc. Why bother with all of that when we can just take care of it right there? My wife agreed with my logic, but was mad because she said I embarrassed her in front of Katie. I wasn't trying to embarrass her. If anything, she embarrassed herself by trotting off to another room to add an item to her to-do list that she could have completed in less time by just staying where she was. Sounds like she's just caught in her routine. I don't think you were trying to embarrass her. Maybe she felt embarrassed as she didn't see the easy solution right in front of her. It's really not a big deal and shouldn't be cause for upset. Not the a-hole. I actually think that it was a good thing that it happened that way. It shook her out of her routine or rut a little, and she probably needed that. Yes, she was a little embarrassed, but she maybe needed to be a little embarrassed that she has gone so far in her quest for organization that she misses that sort of thing. I am guessing you and your kid both benefit greatly from your wife being so organized. Do you carry half of the organizational load in your household? If not, I would start and also heap great praise upon your wife. Side note, signing a permission slip is not all that's needed. The field trip needs to go on the calendar and any details needed for that day need to be planned. Different wardrobe or lunch money needed. Is pickup or bus route the same? Does your kid need anything prepped for the trip, etc.? And a parent needs to remember to follow up on all of that. Did you have all that planning and execution covered as well? If so, great. If not, she's 12, not 7. They're going to a museum for a portion of the day. Nothing changes in terms of the pickup and drop-off routine for any of their field trips at this school. There is no need to even put it on our own calendar, because literally nothing will be different in how we approach the day. We don't pick her clothes on any day, nor would we do so here. She wears what she wants. We pack her a lunch even when she goes on field trips. That was one of the questions on the form. So there wasn't anything further to execute, but thanks for your perspective.